And so I was excited because I didn't have to drive it down there anymore, obviously. But I was thinking, what a great thing. And in that meeting, we discussed maybe eventually growing this to the whole community, South Shore, North Shore, the entire basin, Truckee. So in February of this year, South Tahoe Refuge started hauling it for us. They brought us a big 4-yard container, and all of our food waste goes into compostable bags, and then it goes into this container, and once a week they empty it. And it's a 4-yard container, and it's about 4 yards a week. Sometimes we call for an extra pickup, so anywhere from 4 to 8 yards a week, depending on the season and the crowd. And that's been a huge success. Well, after that, it's amazing because I feel very fortunate. We've done this at the hotel, but the community embraced what we're doing, and I started getting calls from everyone that wanted to come see what we were doing, and we started to get a lot of press. And Aramark approached me, and Mark Smith and Austin Sass at Aramark, and they wanted to get involved with composting. And so now, currently, Zephyr Cove Resort is composting all their food waste. And the MS Dixie and the Tahoe Queen are getting on board, too. It's incredible. It's an incredible story. And so the Marriott, and I don't know, Tom, if Marriott's on board yet, but they plan on coming on board here soon. Are they on board? Fire and Ice at the Marriott has gotten on board, and that's the Marriott Grand Residence. And Whitell High School's interested, Denny's, and a lot of smaller restaurants, Blue Water Bistro. And so we're at the point now where we have Compost Tahoe is the educational wing of this program, and we train businesses how to do this. South Tahoe Refuge hauls it. Craig Witt composts it. At our hotel, I will only buy soil from Craig Witt, and we have $500,000 worth of live plants in our hotel, and we buy soil. And I will only buy soil that may have been somebody's pancakes 12 weeks ago. And so that's the full circle. So as we're cruising along, having met Craig, and so now we're recycling, we're composting, we're saving energy, started looking at our food. Well, where's our food coming from? We have a couple of restaurants in there. And, why are we buying things from Argentina when they grow it right here? And Craig introduced me to a gentleman who is a good friend of mine here in the audience, Mark O'Farrell. Where are you at, Mark? Mark is Hungry Mother Organics. What a cool name. Feed your mama. Mark O'Farrell up there. So Craig introduced me to Mark, and Mark is growing organic vegetables down in the valley. And so we wanted to start introducing organics into our restaurant. So we took the chef down there, and we met with Mark, and Mark started growing a salad blend. He's been growing salad blends for Whole Foods and a few other people. And we said, Mark, would you start growing a salad blend for us? And he said yes. And he likes our story, so he was interested in helping us out here. And so we're not fully organic in the restaurant yet, and it's kind of hard to do that, and I'm not a food guy. But what I was thinking is maybe we could at least have an organic offering every day. And we can get that from Hungry Mother Organics. So we're cruising along, and the press is incredible. This story has gone worldwide. We found ourselves on the cover of Reuters and magazines worldwide. We're going to be in Travel and Leisure next week. Hilton, who is our parent company, started recognizing what we were doing. We got several awards as the most sustainable hotel out of 3,600 hotels, Hilton worldwide. And so the director of sales and I were like, So we got all this going on. How do we share this? Because we were giving tours. I'm giving tours twice a week to originally hotels, lodging properties, and restaurants around the basin, but now people all over the West are coming in to see how we're doing it. And so the director of sales said, hey, we have a week in August where we don't have a lot of occupancy. Let's do something hotels don't do. Let's start our own conference. We're used to hosting conferences. We decided to create our own conference, and it was held about 2 weeks ago, and it was the inaugural West Coast Green Lodging Conference. And so we planned this for about 6 months, and leading up to it, I was a little scared because, it's inaugural, who's going to show up? We were able to, because of our success story, line up some very cool speakers from around the United States. But was anyone going to show up? And, we had to charge quite a bit of money because it costs a lot to put these things on. So I didn't get a whole lot of locals in there. We dropped the price for locals at the end, and we did get some locals in there. But it turns out we got people from 80 different properties around the United States to come to this conference. One of them, the Palmer House Hilton in Chicago, sent 4 representatives because they want to be sustainable. And if any of you know about the Palmer House in Chicago, they're celebrating their 140th year in business, which is incredible, and they want to be sustainable. So the conference was a huge success, and one of the successes there, couple different things. The senior vice president of Hilton Worldwide was at the event, and it was a 3-day event, and we had a dinner on Tuesday night, and we wanted to recognize him for being there because he's a big guy, big wig with Hilton. And he stood up, and we didn't think he'd speak, but he stood up and he said, Hilton Hotels is embracing sustainability, but it all started at the Embassy Suites in Lake Tahoe. And I thought that was an incredible thing right there. So one community can make a difference, and although it's corporate America can change this world, and the consumer can change this. Am I running over?
No, but I want you to say about the guest list.
Okay. That's my agent and coach and mentor over there. So as we were cruising along, the guests started, here's the thing, people say, are you going to get more business by being green? Well, there's a couple things. Yes, you are. You are. And so first of all, let me tell you about our $100,000 compostable straw. We have paper straws. I don't know if any of you older folks like me, when you're a kid, they had paper straws, and they're good for one drink or two, and then they're mushy. Well, we decided to get rid of the plastic straws. We're not kidding. We got rid of all the plastic, even the straws. We went to compostable straws. And so there was this environmental group searching around the basin for a place to hold their meeting, and we weren't on their agenda. But they were at Harrah's and Harvey's and a lot of the other places around looking for a place to hold their convention. They came to Echo, our restaurant, for lunch, and they saw our compostable straw. And they said, you know what, we're going to book here because of your straw. And it was $100,000 worth of business that we received because of this compostable straw. That's sustainability right there. And that's getting business, and the environment need to work together, and that's sustainability in my mind. And so our guests are incredible. Probably 2 or 3 times a week, guests will go to the front desk and want a tour, and I'm more than happy to give them a tour. And they have the greatest ideas. So we serve mixed drinks in our complimentary bar. You know, like I told you, we get our guests drunk for free every evening. And the guest said, well, you have these mixed drinks. Why don't you put some of those blenders up there that you pedal? And people can make their own drinks. So that's a great idea, and we hope to have those in place in the next few weeks. And so guests can now blend their own drinks and get exercise and just be part of the sustainability. And guests come up with great ideas all the time, and it's very exciting to be part of this and be part of the community, and very exciting that the community has embraced what we've done. And through peer pressure, resorts are changing. I got to tell you, Harrah's and Harvey's, they've done a lot over the last year. I'm amazed in energy conservation. They got the first smart turbocore chiller in the basin. The Marriott's on board. They've got a sustainability program, and I work with them, and they are going to go full force. Zephyr Cove Resort, check out their website. And I got to tell you, I'm very sensitive to greenwashing, and I coach and work with these properties. They're not greenwashing. None of us are perfect. People ask me, when do you stop going green? And I tell them, you don't. It's not a diet, it's a lifestyle. And so you have to continuously change, and it's addicting. And you start looking for everything. Our restaurant got new placemats, and I was like, oh, you know, they're woven placemats, and those better not have came from China, because we could have had the Washoe tribe weave those for us, you know. And so you start thinking about everything. Why are we selling things in our gift shop from China when there's artisans here in the basin and in the valley that can take care of this? So it's very addictive, and people are following and trying to catch up with us, and this is fun because they're pushing us. So now I'm constantly thinking of the next thing that will push us further than them and cause them to keep going. And so it's very exciting times here in the basin for green lodging, and I just want to thank all of you for letting me share the story, and and Jackie for letting me speak today. And so, thank you.